What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crown by Kenzie. I'm your host, of course, Mackenzie, and welcome, you guys. Welcome, my Crown Kings and Queens. That's what I'm gonna start calling y'all. My Crown Kings and Queens. Queens with a K. Anywho, I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had one too. I didn't do a whole lot. Well, I didn't do anything, okay? Just being honest. I stayed in the house, I relaxed, I chilled. I didn't feel like doing too much of anything. I just wanted to lay around. And that was all I wanted to do. And you know what? To be quite honest with you, I was very, very, very content in that. Because usually we do so much on the weekend, but this weekend I did not do anything. I stayed in bed. I was extremely tired for some reason, but I guess my little fur babies had something to do with that. But anyway, again, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. All right, so let's get into some stuff, okay? Some teams, some things. Let's get into it. All right, so I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch up on any TV this weekend, but I sure did. Thank God. Welcome back, the Braxton family. No, 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 no. Back that up. Braxton. No, 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 no. Back that up. The Braxtons. All right. Welcome back to Braxtons. I was so happy to see them. I was ready. It's been years since we've seen them. I think last time I heard Tamar vowed never to do it again because there was a whole lot of contract issues with WeTV, so on and so forth. But that's neither here nor there. They're back. Welcome. All right. So, in case you guys did not watch the episode, we're going to do a small little recap on that. And let's start here. First of all, the opening scene. The opening scene was everything. Now, while I think they did take a little, take some pointers from the Kardashians, it was still good. Not to compare them to the Kardashians, because we ain't doing that here, okay? Everybody is not compared to the Kardashians. However, the editing, the green screen, the behind the scenes, them talking to the cameraman, us being able to see all of that. That's some Kardashian type editing because if you watch their show, you see the same. However, anyway, we're gonna move on past that. Anyway, opening scene, everybody arrives at Tony's house in Atlanta. It was so dramatic, but I loved it. Only thing missing, and I really, really hate that. We'll get into it, Tracy, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So, anyway, Tony starts off, she has a secret. Oh God, a medical scare, but she does not want to tell everybody. That's so typical for Tony. It seemed like since Braxton Family Value, Tony always it was always something with Tony with a medical scare. But we're not gonna play that down. We're not gonna do that. I mean, it is what it is. She has a medical scare. She wants to share it with her family. So they all go to dinner. Her green screen confession, she did not want to share it, even though she had told everybody she had some news for them. So while they're in the dinner, it comes out Tony says she's single. Y'all surprised? I ain't surprised. Trust me, I am far from surprised. Her and Birdman, I mean, they were a very unlikely pair when it came out. We didn't see it. Well, I didn't see it coming. I don't know about you guys, but I did not see that coming. And according to her, they've known each other for many, many years. I think they may have used to talk in the past. I don't know. But I never saw that one coming. Okay. But it was what it was. However, they went through a whole thing. I don't know if you guys remember, it was not too long ago they were talking about Tony and Birdman were probably married. It was something came out online that they were married and I guess they had eloped and so on and so forth. Nothing ever came of that. No one ever heard anything else. I didn't believe it. That's just me personally. Okay. Unless I saw some pictures or anything, I did not believe that. It was just bull crap to me. But it is what it is. So now back to the episode. She's saying that she's now single. They're not together. Well, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything recently about them. I just didn't think it would have lasted. Oh well. So anyway, everybody started talking about Lil Kevin, Tracy's son, her only son. He's divorcing from his wife. Now, I don't know if you guys keep up with the Braxton family values or remember back when Tracy was alive, Lord rest her soul. Um, Kevin and his now wife, they were married on the show. No, they didn't show their wedding, but I think they spoke of it, of their wedding on the show, of their marriage on the show. They had a baby. Oh, his wife, Olivia. Olivia. Yeah, I remember Color Purple. But anyway, they spoke of his now wife, Olivia. But anyway, the family is discussing that Kevin was married. I mean, Kevin is divorcing now, and Tamar says she speaks to him on the regular. They have dinners, lunches, whatever have you, but they never discussed that he was getting divorced. So that's one of the hot topics, okay, during that dinner. Then Tamar, I'm sorry. Tamar goes in to say, well, enough about all of that. I want to hear what Tony's news is. Even though Tony had said in her green screen that she did not want to put her family in a panic because of what had happened with Tracy, she did not want to discuss it. She didn't think that was the right time to discuss it, but she went ahead and discussed it anyway because Tamar brought it up. Tamar. But anyway, Tamar brought it up and they went ahead and discussed it. So come to find out, Tony, her health scare is she had a stent or was supposed to have a stent put in her heart. She was having some heart issues. Now, if you didn't know, you should know a little backstory. Tony was diagnosed with lupus many, many years ago, and she explained that. And again, if you've been keeping up with Braxton family values, you would have known that she had lupus. That was something that was well discussed on the show. So we're not going to get into that. If you want to know more about it, go back to the old episodes, check it out. Okay. But Tony has lupus in her heart. She went to the doctor for one thing, and then I found out that she had to have another medical procedure on her heart. And she did not want to alert her family. But anyway, what it all boils down to is if she was to ever have a heart attack, she would be over. There will be no more Tony Braxton. And Tony's whole thing is and I think Miss E kind of brought this up, and she was a little bit nervous about it because what Tracy went through, Tracy died so young of cancer. In case you did not know, you guys didn't know, that's one of the Braxton sisters. And Tracy died of cancer. And so with Tony being the older sister, the oldest sister, she's feeling like if that can happen to Tracy, especially with her health situation with the lupus, it can happen, if it can happen to Tracy, it can happen to her. So that's one thing that she's scared about. And she brings that up and she discusses it in full detail. Um, she talks about her heart issues. Then so we go a little bit further. Tawanda and Trina end up talking. They cut to the scene where they're at a hush. Y'all messed up my video. Sorry guys. If you guys know, you know. I have two fur babies, Monster and Summer. But this ain't about them, okay? Anywho, so Tawanda and Trina are, I think they're sitting on the park bench. Anywho, they're discussing the fact that Lil Kev, Tracy's only son, he's going through a divorce. He is not speaking to his father. Their relationship has now become estranged because of Tracy's passing. And honestly, I feel like it is because of Tracy's passing. And listen, at the end of the day, guys, nobody can ever tell somebody how to mourn. It's unfortunate that him and his father does not have that relationship. I hate that because it was just only him, Tracy, and Big Kevin. It's very unfortunate that they don't have the relationship that they maybe once had. But again, we all don't know. We're not in the picture. We don't know how their relationship was. We know that Lil Kevin and Tracy had a great relationship. Um, so they were speaking about it on the show that they were best friends. So we know that part. But however, we don't know what his relationship with his father was. So they're discussing how he's not, his relationship has become estranged with his father, and they pretty much don't want him to go down a dark hole or dark path because of his mother's passing. And he's the only child, and he's going through divorce. And I guess at that time, the holidays were getting ready to come up. So it was a whole lot in that situation. But they decided to call little Kevin on the FaceTime, and little Kevin speaks to them, and they tell him that his hair looks fresh, looks good, whatever. And he said, they said, "Who did your hair?" Well, his wife, Olivia, did his hair. The answer thrown back, like, well, wait a minute. I thought y'all were going through a divorce. How Olivia did your hair? Y'all were going through a divorce. And he said, "Oh well, she did it. This, that, the other. She did my hair. She don't know whether or not she want to be married. She don't want to be married. Whatever." Anyway, the aunts continue talking to him, and it goes from there. The next thing is, and we're gonna cut through this. We're not gonna go through the whole episode. There'll be another time and place for that. Just give us some time, okay? So, anyway, the family gets together and they discuss grief counseling. Well, when they were together at the dinner, let's back this up. When they were together at the dinner, they were discussing grief counseling. Listen, I've been through it. I've been through it a couple of times, but I think the hardest time was my dad. I didn't go through grief counseling with my dad, and sometimes I think I should have, because grief is something very, very sneaky. Okay. I don't know if you guys ever been through it. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. But grief is something very, very sneaky. Okay. It will sneak up on you in the last minute. It will sneak up on you at any hour of the day. You can be having a good day, but that grief will sneak up on you. And so, anyway, the family was discussing grief counseling and how they probably should do grief counseling, how that would probably be a good thing for everybody, because we learned in the episode that Trina was there, and she shows in the episode that she's really taking it hard. And we learned in the episode that Trina was there beside Tracy when Tracy took her last breath. I don't know what the other sisters were, but we learned that Trina was there when she took her last breath. Also in the episode, let me say this. We got a lot of flashback footage of Tracy, and you guys, that really, really warmed my heart. Um, it warmed my heart, and it really it was a tearjerker. I'll tell you guys that. Because Tracy was just one of those people. Tracy did not come on the show. She was not being fake. Tracy was being real the whole time. She was being her whole authentic self. Now she messed up some words. She slaughtered some words that time. She slaughtered some phrases. She was a little, she was rah rah Baltimore, but she was her authentic self, and that made me fall in love with her even more because she was herself. She didn't come on the show putting on in the beginning seasons of the Braxton Family Values. And little known fact, Tracy is the only one that followed me back when I had Twitter. Tracy is the only one that followed me back on Twitter. So that was something special right there too. That was definitely something special. Um, But Tracy was authentic, and so when they did those flashbacks of Tracy, I'm telling you that ish hurt. It was really sad because even though they brought the show back because they said Tracy wanted them to do that, it was and it's probably not going to be the same without Tracy. The authenticity that she brought to that show, it was amazing. It was everything. Okay. And they did share some throwback footage of Tracy. And we learned in the episode that Tawanda suffers from alopecia, that which is why she's cut her hair bald like mine. But we ain't gonna show y'all that. If you know, you know. Anyway, that's the reason why she cut her hair bald, is one because of Tracy, and then two because she's suffering alopecia. And there was some very touching footage of Tracy during her last days rubbing Tawanda's head, and oh god, it was a lot. And so I want to share this footage with you guys. I want to show you guys this. Um It is one of the videos that they did post of Tracy in her last days. And I want to warn you guys, this is a tearjerker. So, you know, just, yeah, get ready. Oh, hold on for just a moment, guys. Bear with me just a moment. Let's get this up. All right, here we go. I'll try to get the sound on for you guys. Hold on. This computer want to embarrass me. Okay, there we go.
It's beautiful. It's Tony. It's Tracy. You gotta tell me. They don't focus. You see what I'm talking about, Tracy? They don't be focusing. Who are they? Who are they? I'm just saying. Tracy, I'm trying to put the lotion on. And they looking at the. You told me to get the back, and what you want me not to react to the song? That's all right. She got a whole song on her back. She got all of y'all on her back. It's this little line. That's Tony right there. She wish. That's Tony Braxton right there all day. The one at the bottom. Wow, she got Tawanda. That's beautiful. It's Tony. It's Tracy. She got to tell me. They don't focus. You see what I'm talking about, Tracy? They don't be focused. I'm gonna let it shine. It's little light of mine. My finger works. I'll get back, but my finger doesn't work. Because you won't get out, keep punctuated. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Oh, yeah.
All right. That was a lot to take in. Um mm, that was definitely like a lot to take in. But yeah, that was a lot to take in. Um yeah. So anyway, they that was a video from Tamar's Instagram. They talked about Tracy, they talked about the grief and this and the other. Well, it comes down to the day that they have grief counseling. Okay. Trina met this lady, Spirit is her name. But anyway, Spirit comes to Tony's house to for grief counseling with the family. Miss E is there, Trina is there, Tamar is there, Tawanda is there, Tony is there. Well, she takes forever to get dressed. But you can't be mad at her. It is what it is. And so anyway, Tamar asked the question, what is the objective of the grief counseling? Well, Tamar, we all want to know that. What was the objective? Because they really did not discuss anything. Spirit, the counselor, asked Trina, did she want to start off? Trina said no, she didn't want to start off. Everybody else looked like they were very unwilling to talk. So, what was the reason? What was the reason? We don't know. But I'm guessing we'll find out next week, okay? Because everything that they played on the commercials that was supposed to happen, we didn't get any of that. Okay, we get none of it. And if you guys watched it again, we didn't get any of that. I thought we were gonna get a whole lot more. Miss Evelyn was yelling. Uh, the grandson, little Kevin, they had zoomed him in, and they zoomed Mr. Braxton in. It was a whole lot more that was supposed to be shown in that episode from the commercials that we got, but we didn't get any of that. So I guess we'll find out next week. If you guys are like me, watch along with me. Braxton Family Value. No, sorry. The Braxtons airs every Friday night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 Central Time on WeTV. All right, let's move along. Speaking of Tamar, okay? Speaking of Tamar, if you're on social media, I know y'all saw this, okay? Let's get into it. Stop. They so noisy, y'all. Don't worry about them. They so noisy. All right. Tamar. Segueing into Tamar again. This morning, or at least when I woke up this morning, Tamar was on one. On her face, I mean on her Instagram page, Tamar was on one. And we found out some things we did not know. I want y'all to take a look and we're gonna discuss this. Hold on, y'all. All right, there we go. According to the Jasmine brand, and they took a screenshot of Tamar's Instagram account. And mind y'all, I went to check tonight just to see if there was any follow up on it. It was no follow up. She had deleted her whole page. Maybe that's best. Anyway, Tamar said, "Y'all, I'm going through it. I'm single and sad, and this TV ish is a lot. JR means the world to me. If you guys don't know who JR is, that's the guy pictured right there in the corner. Her fiance. Y'all remember she met him on that show, The Queen's Court. Y'all remember that show? If you didn't know, yeah, she met him on the Queen's Court, and they've been together so on and so forth. And there's a whole history behind them, even though they've known each other for only so long. Has not been that long. But anyway, she said JR means the world to me. Thank God for him. My husband. Now, wait a minute. That's what we all just finding out. Because when that was my husband, the last husband we knew Tamar had was Vince. So when they got married, we didn't know that. Y'all now you know a little bit backstory on them. If you know, you know. You know they broke up. They got together on the Queen's Court. Then they got engaged, and that's when she presented him out to us. You know, and then they got engaged, and then something happened, and Tamar took it to Instagram like she always do. Like in this situation, she took it to Instagram, all her business out there. She was sleeping in her car. I think he put out her car got robbed. Then the next thing you know, he started messing with Tommy Lee, which is her op. Okay. He started messing with Tommy Lee. Then Tommy Lee from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, she came on there. She said, um, the man got with her, the yike man, we ain't gonna say the word, but the yike man got with her. He ate her groceries, took her to a game, had her sitting courtside, which we saw. We seen it for our own eyes. We saw the videos, the pictures of him sitting courtside with Tommy, who at the time was Tamar's enemy. We saw him sitting courtside after him and Tamar broke up with her. Again, he ate the groceries. She put it all out there. He paid for the hotel with his hotel points, and so on and so forth. And let's not forget, according to Tommy, he told her all of Tamar's business at the time. So for me, if you do some grimy stuff like that, it ain't no coming back from that. We're done. It ain't no coming back. We are done. Dunzo. Finito, everything. We are done. There's nothing else to be said at that point. Because that's the low, that's you hit me low. You hit me very, very low to go and spread my business. But you could have been with anybody else in this world, but you wouldn't got my op. You know what? I'm done with you. There's nothing else to me you can talk about. But oh well. Tamar took him back. Okay. She had to have him. She took him back. So anyway, their relationship, I say all of that to say this, their relationship has been very, very rocky. If you know him, he's an attorney. He's from New Orleans. You know, he act black like this, but he black like that. You know, he ain't black. Let's take that back. Anyway, whatever. We're getting into it. Anywho, So now she's saying she's done. It's like this roller coaster of a relationship. But anyway, back to the message. JR, my husband, my children have saved my life, but I'm so mad at my life. My family is toxic. I should have never went back to Braxton family values. Never. Y'all have no idea. None. The gaslighting is crazy. And I'm going back into treatment. Oh my God, I just pray that my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family spared. I'm sorry. My family is awful. All right. When she got married again. But we're gonna move on past that. Her kids, I was a little bit thrown. Her children, I was a little bit thrown by that, but I realized I forgot. Y'all keep in mind he had several kids by several different baby mamas. You know, he's a they're all it is what it is. But anywho, why did I go back to Braxton Family Back? Okay, so again, if you recall, I mentioned this in the beginning that Tamar had issues with Braxton Family Values, and she vowed that she would never work for WeTV again, and this and that and other. It seems like this ongoing issue with Tamar and WeTV is always something. It's always something. It's always something. She's always saying she's not going back. It's always something with WeTV. And it's been that way for a while. So why go back to them again? Honestly, I get that she said she was going to be a friend of the show, but why be a friend of the show? Why even be involved? If you had issues before, according to you, you almost took your life back when you were with your other boyfriend because of all the stress you were going through with. First of all, if somebody don't stress me out to the point which nobody has, and I don't ever foresee anybody and anything stressing me out to the point where I want to take my own life. Life is too precious. Okay. But you claim that they got you at a point where you wanted to take your life with TV because of your contract and all the things they took you through. So why are you still involved with them? That's bananas to me. Why are you still involved? But here you go again, involved with them again, and now you're talking about why did you ever do it? You should have never did it. You should have stayed away from it. You should have let the other sisters do it. Okay, you should have let everybody else do it. But in the way what it was coming out to be, and what everybody else and even myself, what is looking like, things are just not going your way on that show, and you don't appreciate it. You don't like it. You do not appreciate it. Something, and we'll find out later on. You guys keep watching because I'm gonna keep my eye and my ears to the streets too. Into the curb. And we're gonna find out what's going on because I guarantee you, I'm almost 100% sure something happened and something was said that she did not like with this with her relationship. Something happened and she did not like. And she now is, oh, woe is me. I love Tamar. Don't get me wrong. I love the extraness. I love everything about it. She's just a mess. And we live for the mess. Y'all know that. But Tamar, how did you even do it? It's crazy to even why? Why did you even put yourself through it? You should have left it where it was. You should not have done it. I don't know if it was the money, but if you're married to Mr. J.R. Robinson, attorney at law, according to what you guys post, looks like he has enough coins. He got enough money. So why'd you even do it? You should have left it alone. If you made an appearance here and there, that probably would have been fine because that's your family. But if not, hey, see what what'll happen with just them. You know, instead of bringing yourself and possibly bringing your relationship into it. But we'll see. Y'all just keep your eyes and your ears open. We'll see what happens. Anyway, moving along. Oh. Wait a minute. I forgot to show you guys. Mr. JR came back. Okay. He came back too. Let me show this to you guys. I forgot about that. I was about to move all the way on. Y'all didn't even say nothing. I know y'all saw it. Y'all was just gonna let me keep on going and wasn't even gonna say nothing. Lord, kings and queens with the K. Come on now. All right, but y'all look at this. Take a look. Hold on. 1 second. Y'all take a look at this. All right, y'all, hold on now. Tamar. All right, Mr. J.R. then came back. First off, look, good morning, great people with kindness and grace. They need your energy more than you know. Mm-hmm. Then he came back. I'd rather be in the courtroom, but the truth is, personal injury attorneys spend more time on the phone than in court. And look at him sitting up there chilling. Love me or hate me, I'm gonna keep winning. It seems like every time Tamar goes through something on her page and she puts all these rants up, JR looks like he don't give two you know what. He does not care. He does not care whatsoever. He's out living his best life, going on basketball dates with Tommy. God knows what else he's doing. But he looks like he's living his best life. At the end of the day, Tamar, keep your relationship off of Instagram. Keep it off Facebook. Oh, wait a minute. I guess she is going to keep it off because I went through. Y'all know I'm nosy. I went through and I had to do a little bit more digging. And Tamar's whole Instagram page is gone. Now, unless I missed something, her page is gone. So I guess maybe going forward, she is going to keep it off social media. I would definitely hope she would. Like, Tamar, keep it off social media, okay? But it looks like Mr. Robinson, he having himself a good time. He's living his best life and he ain't worried about nothing. Ain't worried about nothing. He ain't worried about nothing whatsoever. And I suggest you do the same. Look at him over there chilling in his Rolls Royce with lights in the ceiling. Anywho, moving on. Speaking of Rolls Royce, did y'all see this? Did y'all see the girl that broke into Floyd Mayweather's house? No, did y'all see this? The girl who filmed herself breaking into Floyd Mayweather's house and then got on live and was recording all of it in his house. Now, I want to play the video, but I can't play the video for you guys because it's a lot of explicit language in it. And I'm trying to get my YouTube page monetized, and I ain't trying to get it demonetized before it's even monetized. All right. So, y'all just bear with me on this. Okay. Take a look. We'll discuss it. Look here. According to Hollywood Unlocked, the Florida woman who filmed herself breaking into Floyd Mayweather's Miami home went live where she showed off stolen property and issued more threats at the legendary boxer. Um, as they previously reported, a video of the unidentified woman surfaced online showing her sitting inside the driver's seat of one of Floyd Mayweather's cars parked outside of his Miami home. Per surveillance footage, the incident occurred just the other day, a little after 12 in the afternoon. The woman filmed herself opening the doors of several vehicles belonging to Floyd Mayweather and rummaging through them. We ain't gonna go all through that. She went through his cabana. She was on there talking about, let me get on this, you know, and I, you know, let's get on his Wi-Fi. This and the other. Anyway, let me show y'all. Look. And again, it's without the audio because there's a lot of cursing. I ain't trying to get demonetized before I'm monetized. Hold on. Look at. Wait a minute. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Look at her. Her in front of his gate, right? Girl, girl. Look at her on his cabana. I think she calls it moldy. And this, that, and the other. Look at her on his cabana, on his patio, poolside. Look at her. She's chilling. Look, in the man Rolls Royce. In the man's Rolls Royce. Like, look, in the man's Rolls Royce, okay? Girl, do you and then now look at this heifer right here. Look at this heifer, y'all. Let me sip my drink on there. Don't y'all worry about what I'm drinking. Let me sip my drink. Look at, and he looked nervous. I don't blame you. You better be nervous. Cause she thinks she a dude now. Girl. Look, girl. Had Floyd. Child. She had the man whole Rolls Royce umbrella out his car. I ain't got much to say about this, but I am gonna say this. Girl, do you not realize the danger you were in? Okay? You didn't go to Tom Cruise's house or somebody like that house and pull they umbrella like they Rolls Royce. You went to Floyd Mayweather's house and was on his property in his car. Girl, now you think you a dude. If Floyd Mayweather had got a hold of you, he was gonna turn your ass left, right, and sideways. He was gonna turn you every which way except for loose. And you were gonna wish you had not got behind that gate. Do you not realize the danger that you were in? Okay. If this man had come out there and allegedly they say he don't play no games with them hands, man or woman, but that's allegedly. Let me put this up. Hold on. Wait a minute, because we ain't trying to have no issues, okay, y'all? Where my thing at? Let's just put this up because we don't want no issue. Anywho, yeah, the people on the street and word on the curb is he don't mind putting his hands down, man or female. He does not mind. And so now you're a female to think you're a man. What you think he would have did to you, girl? He would have got a hold of you, and you would have wished. Y'all remember when Martin on the episode of Martin with Tommy Hearns? Y'all remember his head was swole all big? Girl, that would have been you. You better keep your ass off Floyd Mayweather property. Girl, that's a dangerous game. You do not know. Your life was in danger. And how crazy, y'all know that girl got some mental health issues. How crazy is that? Why do people feel the need or the want to want it? You can like somebody, you can like a celebrity all day if you want to, but why would you feel the need to pop up at their house and get on their property? Are you crazy? That's wild. You should never do anything like that. It's bozo. And then she had his whole umbrella. Girl, Alexa, get Shaka Khan in the background. I feel for you. Cause girl, he get a hold of you. It's gonna be over. And that man in the background, he looks scared. I don't blame him. Floyd, find out what your podcast is. It might be on for you too, because you should have reported. Child, please. You crazy. Moving on to the next subject, y'all. We're gonna go on over. Speaking of expensive cars, I want y'all to take a look at this post, okay? This was just wild, wild. And we'll talk about it. Rick Ross, according to the neighborhood talk, Rick Ross reportedly being sued for not making his car show wheelchair accessible. Man claims he sold his vehicle to purchase ticket, transportation, and lodging, but did not attend the event. All right. In case you guys did not know, Rick Ross holds an annual car show at his house, I think out in his palatial estate. It ain't even a house. It's an estate out in Fayetteville, Georgia. He holds it every year. He had dozens of cars, all kinds of cars, luxury cars, all kinds of cars out there. But anyway, this disabled man is suing Rick Ross because he says he sold his car to get tickets. He sold his vehicle to purchase tickets, secure transportation, and book lodging for the popular car show, but was unable to attend. In the lawsuit, he is accusing Rick Ross' team of never sending a wheelchair accessible shuttle bus to transport him to the property. He claims he reached out to the venue 2 weeks in advance to let them know he would need special accommodation due to being disabled. He stated the car show organizers told him they would coordinate having a shuttle vehicle pick him up from the parking lot and transport him to the event, but that never happened. Strada says the day of the event, he waited several hours on the shuttle, but he eventually became frustrated and gave away his tickets and back to the hotel. Now, wait a minute. 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 Sir, you sold your car to go look at somebody else's expensive ass cars that you'll probably never drive a day in your life. But you sold your car to go look at their cars. First of all, what kind of sense does that make? Why am I going to sell my car to go look at some rich people cars? Some cars I can't even begin to afford. But you sold your car. Now, maybe it was a car that was not wheelchair accessible. Maybe he couldn't drive it. He decided to get rid of it because he had no use for it. But again, who knows? Maybe one of your family members could have had use for that car, but you sold your car to go look at somebody else's cars that you probably can't even begin to afford. It's especially not if you complaining about not getting transportation, because if you could afford those cars on that ground, I'm sure you could have paid somebody. If his company did not provide a shuttle, you could have paid somebody to come and pick you up. So with that being said, you couldn't afford it. You could not afford it. So it really does not make any sense. It really does not make any sense, sir. Okay, you need to go sit your tail. Well, you need to roll your behind right on back to the house and chill out. What you trying to go to Rick Ross car show for anyway? Sit your butt. Shut up, Mackenzie. Anywho, moving on. Moving on. And speaking of Rick Ross, let me show y'all this, and then we're gonna end this. It's our final story, but we're gonna end this here. I just want to show y'all this real quick. It's so sad. God knows what was he doing? What was he doing? Then you got mad and sold your tickets. You shouldn't have been in the first place. You gonna sell your car? I'm sure one of your family members probably need that car to be taking you around. You crazy? Anyhow. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this story, but according to the New York Post, I don't know if y'all remember back a couple of years ago, an Illinois school worker, she was arrested for stealing $11,000 cases of chicken wings worth of reportedly $1.5 million that were meant for students during the height of the pandemic. I don't know. Do y'all remember that? I remember. So when the story came up, I just had to talk about this briefly. All right. According to the New York Post, Miss, what was her name? Miss Vera Liddell. She was prosecuted by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, and she has now been sentenced to 9 years in prison for stealing $11,000 cases. I'm sorry, of chicken wings worth $1.5 million, according to the New York Post. I'm sorry, Miss Liddell. I'm sorry, Miss Liddell. That's a lot of daggone chicken. What she did with all the chicken wings? I know she was hustling it out. Was she hustling it out the back of her trunk in the hood? Because that's a lot of daggone chicken. And I understand during COVID, a lot of people, they have groceries, they have a lot of money. So people probably needed that chicken, needed that. But Miss Liddell, come on now. Miss Liddell, you don't sold 100. You don't sold 100. I mean, $11,000 cases, $1.5 million worth of chicken. Who got all this chicken? And why she bring her butt to North Carolina and sell some of that chicken? I would got a few cases. I don't know. We would have stored it. We would have stored it in our freezer some kind of way. Child, put all kind of Ziploc baggies and all. I would have had to have a whole lot of Texas Pete. Could have been a lot of fried chicken going on here. Ooh, we'd have had barbecues like crazy. But anyway, that's crazy. Now tell me, what do y'all think? Do y'all think 9 years is really worth $11,000 worth of chicken wings? Mama could have at least got chicken legs. I don't eat chicken legs. Ugh. Mom could have at least got some chicken breast. And we could have had a whole white snack or something, a white dinner, something. Mama was hustling chicken wings, but I guess that's what the people like. Y'all know what? That's probably why Rick Ross didn't have no. Well, they didn't come from the same distributor, but I guess wings were hard to get during that time, and the people in Illinois couldn't get no wings because y'all remember Rick Ross couldn't get them either. Y'all remember when he was doing lemon pepper thighs at Wingstop? He couldn't get wings either. So maybe that's why Mama said, let me seize the opportunity because ain't nobody in Cook County got no wings at the grocery store down to the nearest Food Lion, Walmart. So let me go ahead and get them up out this school. Let me go ahead and hustle those. Lord Jesus. We're going to pray for Mama. But anyway, she got 9 years, y'all. Let's pray for Miss Liddell. All right. Thank y'all, my crown kings and queens. But y'all, let me tell y'all something. It's time for me to go back in here and get my behind on this stove. Finish cooking my roast with carrots and onions and potatoes. Time for me to go back and get on it, y'all. And make the rest of my meal with my cornbread and rice, jiffy bread, sweet bread. Y'all know I don't like dry cornbread. Ugh. Anywho, if you guys have enjoyed my show today, make sure you guys drop down in the comments. Let me know anything else you want to talk about. Let me know what y'all think about Mr. Liddell and these wings. Did y'all get any other wings? I want to know. Did y'all get any other wings? Let me know, friends, queens, and kings. And make sure, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that way when I post another video, you guys will be in the know. Okay. All right, y'all. Enjoy your Monday evening. And I will holler at you guys in the next story. Take care. And thank you guys for watching Crowned by Kenzie.